Aw, this is my freshman year
Oh.
opener, I think. I miss this music.
Cutesy.
One time,
All right.
Hi and welcome to TUTV. I'm Sarah Moore.
And I'm Avery Jamerson.
That was such a nice little throwback. That was the intro from when I was a freshman. So some old faces in there that I miss very dearly. So if you guys can't tell, this is the throwback show for our last show of the semester. Tell me about your shirt.
So mine is from, I feel like I got to turn around 1997.
Oh, yeah.
I think I found it crumbled up in a random box here in Kendall. Very mysterious, and it will now be loved again. I don't know if someone owned it before, but yeah. What about you?
I have 1999. The back is like I'm in the code stream where it's all green. I also found it in the
Matrix
box back here.
Oh, is it supposed to be mimicking Matrix?
I think so, because it's got these purple lines. I don't know, very
Interesting.
fun, very nice. We love the vintage
Along
stuff.
with that throwback retro theme, we're going to share some of our favorite memories of TUTV. Do you have any?
Yeah, so my favorite memories just overall are always either sitting in the booth my freshman year and laughing at the anchors, or sitting here in the host chair and laughing at the anchors. And
Okay, a bit of a bully against
I'm
the
a bit
anchors.
of a bully against the anchors. It's a hard job and people mess up a lot because it's hard to read the scripts when they're going. And I've anchored, I've misspoke many times. So
You can believe
Yeah.
I know that very well. I remember the first time I anchored and the discussion part freaked me out. And I believe I said, "Yes, Brenton, workers have rights." And I think that was all I said because I kind of panicked. But, we just have so many memories for sure. One of my favorites has to be the Halloween live stream we did. I don't know if that was 22 or 23, but that was really
23.
great. Also, our 1920s final show was great, where Jono did an amazing 50 impressions throughout the entire show because he couldn't pick an accent.
And I don't even know if he couldn't pick an accent, or if when he was talking, he couldn't keep an accent and he kept losing it and trying different ones. Another great thing from that episode was that Joe didn't get the memo that we were doing a themed episode. And so he was confused why everyone was dressed up. And the whole episode, he wouldn't get into it. So he just was being annoyed about it. And we were all like, "You're a time traveler."
He's a time traveler.
It is the 1920s. So I had a lot of fun on that episode.
Yeah, lots of memories, lots of good times.
Yep.
And we'll be back.
To talk about more retro things. See you in a bit.
Hello, welcome to TUTV. I'm Aristotle Orsini.
And I'm Bruce Bigler. In a slight break from today's theme, we are going to be bringing you the most current updates about the world from entertainment and news. On Sunday, rebel forces captured the Syrian capital city of Damascus, forcing longtime Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad to flee to Russia. The move concluded a surprise 11-day offensive, which upended the stagnant Syrian civil war and toppled one of the most oppressive regimes in modern history. The fall of Assad was seen almost universally as a victory. Since taking power in 2000, Assad, whose father had led Syria since 1971, used brutal crackdowns to maintain his regime, forcing the displacement of 14 million people and killing hundreds of thousands of civilians in ethnic cleansing operations. Assad's reputation for war crimes led to his being nicknamed the Butcher. For Syrians, the climate in the country post-Assad is hopeful but wary. Syria's de facto leader, Abu Mohammed al-Jilani, once led the Syrian branch of al-Qaeda.
The Golden Globes has revealed its nominations list for the 2025 Film and Television Awards season. The list was carried by French musical crime thriller Emilia Perez, which stars Zoe Saldana and Selena Gomez, and received 10 nominations for acting, writing, and directing. Hulu shows The Bear, Shogun, and Only Murders in the Building also received recognition in the announcement given by Mindy Kaling and Morris Chestnut. The Golden Globes will air live on CBS at 8 p.m. January 5th and simultaneously stream on Paramount+. The awards show takes place around 3 months before the Oscars and can often foreshadow major nominees for winners for later awards ceremonies.
This Wednesday, join TU students and faculty for the annual Late Night Breakfast. This yearly celebration runs from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. and provides free food and drinks for hungry students during final season. Held in the Student Union, the event will feature a variety of breakfast favorites including eggs, bacon, sausage, and pancakes. Ornament decorating tables will be available for creative students to make festive holiday decorations while warming up with some free hot chocolate. Some faculty members will even be present and serving food to students, so everyone is encouraged to take a study break and stop by the Student Union this Wednesday for some free breakfast food.
Fortnite players are set to receive refund payment from the FTC, according to an article from CBS. Fortnite's parent company Epic Games was ordered to pay nearly $245 million to the FTC as a part of a December 2022 settlement. The FTC had alleged the company used design tricks to manipulate customers into making unwanted purchases. This included deceptive interfaces, inconsistent configuration, privacy-invasive settings that tricked many teenage users into unwanted purchases. Customers could submit claim forms to receive funds, with the average payment around $100 per person. Overall, the FTC will pay out around $72 million to customers affected by the unlawful billing practices.
Famous actor and comedian Jamie Foxx is finally speaking out about his health scare and near-death experience last year. The acclaimed star of Django Unchained and Marvel's Spider-Man franchise was hospitalized in April 2023 with an unspecified medical condition, which he now revealed was a brain bleed that caused a severe stroke. In his new comedy special, Jamie Foxx, What Happened Was, Foxx said that he was in a coma for 20 days, and the medical assistance from his daughter and sister ultimately saved his life. Following the initial medical incident, Foxx's condition and recovery were kept tightly under wraps to avoid media harassment and speculation. Foxx's recovery proved incredibly successful, as the star can be seen singing, dancing, and energetic in his new special, which is available to stream on Netflix.
Bruce, are you looking forward to late night breakfast?
I am. Finals week is, besides the finals, one of my favorite weeks at TU. It's a great time. Reading days are always so much fun to hang out with friends. This is your first semester at TU, so what's your kind of initial impression of everything that's going down?
It's a little weird, because I forgot today was Tuesday and almost missed the show because, I didn't have my usual slate of classes and I was just in my room. But I'm really looking forward to late night breakfast. I love breakfast when it's late at night because I don't have to wake up to eat it. That's when
that always puts a damper on breakfast.
Right? Yeah, that's when I'm going to be awake anyway. So why not just have it late at night?
I love it. And it's always fun. The faculty members are there sometimes. So it's like the professor who just flamed you on a calculus test is also there, serving you eggs and bacon.
Right.
It's a nice little refreshment. I'm a big fan.
Did you go to D-Hop yesterday?
I did go to D-Hop. That place is bumping. The Tri-Delta House of Pancakes. They serve unlimited pancakes for a $5 entry fee that benefits the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So a great way to support charity, to eat lots of pancakes. I love it. Did you make it? I think I saw you out there.
I entered the pancake eating competition for $10. Did not win.
Dang it.
Came in a very close second with only 3 pancakes left.
Oh my goodness.
But the guy who won was popping a pancake and then chugging syrup straight from the bottle. And then pancake, syrup, pancake. It was crazy.
That is wildly respectable.
Yeah, it was. I didn't have a drink, unfortunately, so I was
Should've
sitting
grabbed a
there.
bottle of syrup.
I was
That's a
dry
mistake.
chewing my pancakes. Yeah, I think I got it in the bag next year, though.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Stay tuned for next year's exciting updates about D-Hop and hopefully Aristotle winning a pancake eating competition. But until then, we'll catch you later.
So you stand there at the mirror, wondering what life has in store. There was a comforting reflection that she never saw before. What the door for you is open, but she can't see
The university is stepping up its search for our next president as we head into the holiday season. Good evening and happy holidays. I'm Joshua Brackage.
And I'm Amanda Hoyle. Welcome to your only source for campus news the week after Thanksgiving. Topping your news tonight, a week after the university announced the hiring of outside firm Korn Ferry International to aid in the search for Bob Lawless's replacement, TU students are asked to help out in the process. President Lawless announced back in September that he will step down as TU's president, effective June 1st of this year. Along with hiring Korn Ferry, the university also assembled a search committee made up of members of the TU family. Senior Rita Moscovitis is the student representative to that committee, and she recently announced an opportunity for students to share their opinions about the upcoming presidential switch. Students were invited to the Allen Chapman Activity Center to offer their feedback on the qualities they'd like to see in TU's next president, as well as adding what challenges and opportunities they expect Dr. Lawless's replacement to face. Moscovitis is currently serving as the president of TU's Student Association and also sat on the committee which found TU's Dean of Arts and Sciences. You can follow the developments in TU's presidential search online. Just go to www.utulsa.edu and click on the presidential search link. It'll take you to TU's special presidential website where they posted information about committee members and what advertisements they're running across the country. Plus, if you have a suggestion for a possible president candidate, you can submit the name online. University Relations says they'll update the website as soon as new developments occur.
And as temperatures cool off, the race for our nation's president is just heating up. Right now, there is no clear frontrunner for the Democratic nomination, so TU's Young Democrats took advantage of the country's indecision to advertise their latest program. The club sponsored a presidential forum to get students better acquainted with the candidates running for office. Representatives from each of the Democratic camps, along with supporters of incumbent President Bush, were at the Democrats' forum, answering questions and handing out campaign literature. TU's Young Democrats remind you that the deadline for registering to vote in the Democratic primaries is coming up fast in January. A notable Oklahoma politician made a stop on TU's campus this week. Senator Jim Inhofe stopped by John Rogers Hall on Tuesday. Inhofe is the chair of the Senate Committee of the Works and Public Environment, and the senator gave a lecture on global warming and its effects on our country. The Republican was originally scheduled to speak in October, but was called back to Washington for a Senate vote. First up in tonight's Campus Watch, a TU parking lot is the finish line for a police chase. This was the scene around midnight on the Thursday before break. As many as 11 Tulsa police cars surrounded the area when they finally stopped the driver across from Lottie Jane in the Delaware lot. The chase began when the suspect recklessly sped away from the get-and-go at 6th and Lewis. Officers on the scene say the man was ticketed for DUI and was taken into custody. It wasn't the only arrest made by Tulsa police on campus. A 17-year-old was arrested for trespassing on TU property. TU security was called about a non-student loitering inside John Mabee Hall. When officers arrived, residents pointed them to a study lounge on the 3rd floor where the suspect had made himself at home. Residents say the suspect had been living in the building for more than a week before the arrest. Across the U, another unwanted visitor had set up shop in a TU residence hall.
Lottie Jane Mabee Hall also had an illegal resident, and her name was Mary Jane. Campus security responded to a routine non-life-threatening fire alarm in Lottie to find out that it was actually caused by marijuana smoke. The building's residence director was called in to help out with the situation. Along with the marijuana, the residence director found several other items in the room that were in violation of the university's alcohol and drug policies. The residents now face disciplinary action.
Rounding out our Campus Watch tonight, the university is in a constant battle against solicitors. Whether they're selling their wares door to door or canvassing the neighborhood with flyers like these, they aren't supposed to be visiting university property. This solicitor was escorted off campus by security after hanging up advertisements along 10th Street. Repeat offenders can face trespassing charges if they don't quit after they've been warned. It's hard for a solicitor to go door to door in residence halls, but it's all too common in the university's apartment complexes. Campus security and apartment residence director Clint Alexander warned never to let a solicitor into your apartment and to call security immediately at extension 5555 if you see one on campus, because you never know if their only intention is to promote their business. And that's your Campus Watch tonight.
It was bon voyage for several TU students as they got ready to say goodbye to the States and hello to study abroad. Every student going overseas in the spring had to first head to an orientation meeting. Questions were answered as students got ready to pack their bags for international study. Parents were encouraged to attend the meeting with their students. The parents also got a chance to ask any questions they might have before their kids go study in a foreign country. If you're interested in studying abroad, visit their office in the Home Student Center or check out their website at www.utulsa.edu/studyabroad. Need to stay up to date? If you live on campus, brand new Southwestern Bell Yellow Pages are available in the lobbies of many residence halls and the apartment office. Just drop by and pick up one of the new phone books, but don't forget to bring your old one with you or drop it off a little later because the university recycles all the old outdated books. In the follow-up file tonight, an update to a construction story that we've been following like a caddy on the PGA Tour. We told you about this new putting green going in on 10th Street in our very first show this semester. We're happy to tell you on our very last of the semester that the green is open for business. TUTV talked with crews responsible for getting the work done. 5 cups are now installed on the green. They say they plan to have 9 holes in really soon. Eventually, the university hopes to get a sand volleyball court put in here along with the putting green and the basketball court. The green is, of course, free, and the crews said they'll keep the green in playing condition all winter long. Well, as we look ahead towards Christmas, it's important to never forget the lessons of Thanksgiving. A pair of Greek organizations collected canned goods for the Tulsa Food Bank before Thanksgiving. Delta Sigma Theta and Kappa Alpha Psi set up outside the cafeteria in Twin Towers and encouraged students, faculty, and staff to stop by with their donations for the communities needy this holiday season.
And several TU students let some special people know just how much they were thankful for. Students receiving endowed scholarships from the university were encouraged to drop a note to those donors who make those scholarships possible. The university provided the cards, the stamps, and the addresses, and the students did the rest. Some wrote to keep their donors updated on their college career, while others were encouraged to bring photographs even to slip into their cards. But while every card is unique, each was saying the very same thing: thank you. And scholarships like those, Amanda, are so important to people on this campus. I know there's several people like me, who wouldn't be here without scholarships like that. So good reason to say thank you. Well, it might be hard to comprehend, but believe me when I say it, the TU football team has locked up a bowl bid. Lindsay and Jen will tell you where the Golden Hurricane could be headed.
Plus, round ball was the name of the game in Norman. Stick around for sports and highlights from TU's matchup against the Oklahoma Sooners.
And as our holiday show continues, some TU soccer supporters were decking the halls and windows and handrails and everything else to cheer on Tulsa's men's team as they play in the NCAA tournament. We'll tell you how far they went a little later.
Next, we check up with TUTV alum Wes Kane and see how he's making it happen after graduation. Wes is standing by with Sarah for the interview. But first, it's your last look at what's going on around campus for the semester.
Hello and welcome back to TUTV. Welcome back to the desk, this time for sports. I'm Bruce Bigler.
And I'm Joe McCurdy. We've got a mix of both some new TU news and then a look into the past for some of those that need a little rejuvenation of the TU Rain Cane spirit. Let's get right into it.
The University of Tulsa has hired the program's 32nd head football coach and former East Tennessee State head coach Trey Lamb. In his first and only season at ETSU, the 35-year-old Lamb took the Buccaneers from a 3-8 season to a winning record of 7-5. His previous stops include Tennessee Tech, Mercer, and Gardner-Webb. In his time as a coach, Lamb has brought life to struggling programs. In his time as quarterbacks coach at Mercer, Lamb led a QB room that ended the season with a program record in passing yards. Lamb also brought FCS program Gardner-Webb their winningest season in program history, taking the Bulldogs to their first FCS tournament win and back-to-back Big South Conference titles. Lamb is joining a program that has had little success over the last 2 years with Kevin Wilson as the head coach. SEC head coaches Kirby Smart and Billy Napier have praised the hire with high words for Lamb as a coach. Napier, the Florida Gators head coach, called it a great hire and will prove to be a great decision for all involved. Georgia head coach Kirby Smart echoed this comment, saying, "Trey is one of the bright young coaches in our business," mentioning his strong recruiting and mindset towards the game of football. Lamb will have a challenging task ahead of him, attempting to bring consistency and success back to Tulsa.
After their loss to the Oklahoma State Cowboys, Tulsa faced off against the Southern Jaguars in their 6th home game of the season. Southern is an HBCU and competes in the Southwestern Atlantic Conference, where they went 18-14 in the 2023-24 season, claiming only 2 wins against big-name schools, specifically wins over Mississippi State and UNLV. Tulsa, sitting at 4-5, have yet to find their identity on the floor with lackluster performances from the Golden Hurricane in their last 3 games. Tulsa played an incredibly close game, maintaining a 5-point deficit to the Jaguars for most of the first and second halves. Tulsa's shooting struggles continue with only 13 made baskets in the first half for the Golden Hurricane. Tulsa ended the half with a 28-24 deficit while recording their 3rd worst field goal percentage and 5th worst 3-point percentage of the season. The Golden Hurricane came within 1 point of the Jaguars in the second half, but Tulsa's 4-point deficit would hold true with both TU and Southern putting up 42 points in the second half. Southern wins their 4th game of the season, defeating Tulsa at home 70-66. Tulsa, on the back of a 3-game losing streak, will face off against UCF on Saturday.
The Lady Golden Hurricanes enjoyed 4 double-digit performances in their Thursday morning victory against Grambling State. Sophomore Elise Hill and senior Delaney Crawford both put up 18 points, with Maddie Cartwright adding 13 points in a 12-point performance from Hadley Perryman. The 4 starters accounted for 79% of the team's scoring 61 of 77 total points. This was Tulsa's best shooting performance of the season, while holding Grambling State to their worst statistical performance of the season. Tulsa improves to 3-5 overall, with the trip to San Jose State up next for the Golden Hurricane.
In the light of recent sporting performances, we here at TUTV wanted to remind our viewers of a better time of Tulsa sports. So it hasn't been all bad for Tulsa fans, with our most recent conference championships coming just last year via the women's basketball team. Up until this season, Tulsa men's cross country had won 10 straight conference titles. The streak was ended via tiebreaker by Tulane in this year's title race. And while not an outright conference title, Tulsa women's rowing claimed first place in the first Varsity 8. This was the first time the team has ever won the Varsity 8 boat, making history for the team. Their achievement earned the Varsity 8 AAC Boat of the Year honors. For other sports, it's been a long time coming. Tulsa men's soccer best season in recent history came in 2021, winning the American Conference Tournament, defeating UCF 2-1. That team went 16-2-1 and was led by forward Alex Meinhard, who later transferred to Clemson and won a national championship with the Tigers in 2023. Their female counterpart has yet to win a conference championship since becoming a varsity sport. Tulsa football and basketball came close before the pandemic hit, with both teams ending second in the conference. TU men's basketball went 21-10 and was on the cusp of earning a bid to the NCAA tournament. Tulsa football fell to Cincinnati in the championship game, losing 24-27 to Cincinnati. Bill Blankenship took Tulsa football to an 11-3 overall record and won the CUSA championship in 2012, defeating UCF in overtime with a score of 33-27. And then, of course, in 1999, coached by Bill Self, Tulsa men's basketball went 32-5 and ended the season ranked 12th in the nation in their best season in history. Tulsa lost to North Carolina 55-59 in the regional final, ending the season for the Golden Hurricane and Bill Self's tenure at TU before taking the head coaching job at Illinois and later Kansas, where he's been since 2003.
Joe, I think this is, without a shadow of a doubt, the happiest and most hopeful sports segment that I've heard to date.
You know, I'm very proud of what I've written.
It's beautiful.
I feel like it was a great. We're moving ahead, right? I may be leaving here to you, but hopefully TU can figure out what their sports are right now. They need an identity. They need a culture change. I feel like we're on, the brink of a new era of college football, and TU may be able to get ahead of the curve. I feel like they had the chance with the Wilson hire. Brad Carson was fairly motivated, and everything was growing around Tulsa athletics except for the programs themselves. They weren't winning. They aren't winning. And so now football gets a chance to reset, and I feel like you've got the right guy. You've got a young guy. And, if he's here for 4 years, great, and will be, a step in his coaching journey to hopefully becoming a Power 5 coach.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see, watch from afar, no longer a student, but I'll hold the alumni fandom strong, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I was really rooting for Nick Saban to come back, but he did not. But I am really excited for Trey Lamb. I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be great.
Well, speaking of Nick Saban, Bill Belichick will soon hopefully be the North Carolina head coach, which is an interesting change of trajectory for the former Patriots head coach. So doing the opposite of what Saban did, staying in college and then going to the NFL. NFL back to college.
Yeah,
so
interesting.
But it'll be interesting to see, right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited. I got 2 more years here. Hopefully we go places.
We'll start winning some games.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Trey Lamb did say that his goal in his first season is to win a bowl game.
Let's do it. I'm down.
I'm all for it. There's nothing to complain about. So, all right. We'll send it back to the hosts, and we'll see you later.
Brad Carson Adventures. Red Person. What is it, Goldie? Where's Ranger? Ranger? Oh, you mean campus security.
Everything all right, President Carson?
Row! Ranger! Oh, danger! Why didn't you say something earlier? There's rash everywhere! Oh, well, if the students have a rash, they should probably go to the Hurricane Health Center. Row! Rash! Trash? Well, we need to keep this campus clean, so let's go! Look, Rad! It's a banana peel! What kind of man would do this? Red, there's rash everywhere! No! We should clean this up. Read it, Rad. Time to celebrate. Goldie goo! In today's episode, Brad Carson and Goldie learn the importance of keeping our campus clean, so remember to always throw away your trash. This message was sponsored by TUTV.
Hi, and welcome back. So we had our little fit check discussion, but we know Joe has a fun outfit on. So Joe, will you tell us about your fun fit?
Yeah. So I got in here today, and I was like, this was my moment. The retro theme was perfect for me because I have a bunch of old clothes from my grandfather. So my grandfather used to play and coach football here. Was also in the athletics department before his passing. Tommy Hudspeth. And this is his sweatshirt. I had 2 options. It was either this or a half zip with TU. I like this one better. I feel like the gold script is cute. The other one's like patched and has like the TU logo. So the one that not Tulsa Athletics, but the Rain Cane Instagram uses. But yeah, I like this. I like this theme. So this was fun.
Yeah, and before we went to cover all the stories, Sarah and I were talking about some of our favorite throwback memories. And now both of you guys have been here longer than me. So I'm curious, Joe, like what is some of your favorite memories?
Oh gosh. I think the first one that comes to mind always is the argument, a lot of arguing between me and Sarah, right? The first ever tier list in David Stump's last live stream. In his last live stream, we debated whether or not Taylor Swift is the best musician ever. I had her losing to like Queen and the Eagles and quite literally every other band. But Sarah's stubborn. Sarah matches me in stubbornness.
It's because I'm a Taurus.
Right? And then I feel like the one that encapsulates my time at TU is Catherine Stenning changing the way I pronounce Capri Sun. The famous beverage Capri Sun, our friend from London pronounced it Capri Sun, and first I laughed at it and I made fun of her, but soon I was like, you know what, that makes more sense, so I'm gonna start saying that.
She also, like, if you would say Capri Sun, she'd be like, ugh, and like roll her eyes, and we'd be like, what are you talking about? She'd be like, it's Capri Sun.
It's easier to say, I feel like, Capri Sun.
It rolls
Capri
off the tongue
Sun
nicely.
There's too much you know what I mean? But yeah, no, I think that one's a good one to I'll claim too.
Yeah.
I like those.
Those are good. I think for me, I didn't join TUTV my freshman year, but I was in Studio 151, which is a part of the Media Lab. And so I just want to shout out Caspian and Ryan. I miss those guys. And hope they're doing well.
Right.
Like
Ryan just
got married. Yes,
I was shocked when it popped up on my feed. I was
Me
like,
too.
Yes, Ryan. I loved Ryan. Ryan was my favorite.
I remember meeting Ryan. He was one of my first friends at TUTV because he joined pretty late in college, and because he was a transfer student, and I was working graphics operating, and he was doing telepromptings like every week. He was kind of the only person that I would talk to for a while, and so.
Well, no,
love that guy.
I think my favorite hosting memory is being able to host with Caspian, because he was a box guy. He would never. He may have reported a couple times, but he would never come down from the box. Mm-hmm. And so on his last show, he hosted with me, and I was like, "This is awesome! I love Caspian."
He was a good host too.
Yeah.
Something I'm thinking about that was brought to my mind whenever we were playing one of the throwback videos from earlier TUTV is that this set looked different, and this screen behind me, if you flip it, it has a completely different. It's got the Kendall Bell logo on it. And a couple of years ago, I was in here messing around, and I popped behind it, and I saw that there was this complete other side to it, and I was like, what? Did we not know about this? And Steven was like, oh yeah, that used to be the background, but we have this new one. None of us knew about it, and I saw that it plugged in, and I was plugging all these things in and turning on all these different outlets, trying to figure out how to make it work, and then I finally got it to light up, and I was like, this is so cool, and so I spent a bunch of time it had this tubing on it that was kind of falling apart. So pulling off the tubing and removing the hot glue and repainting it. Up close, kind of looks bad, but on camera, it looks good. And that was a super fun memory for me, was getting to add something to the set and getting to find something. And so now we'll use it periodically for live streams, but it was fun to see it in an old video. And I think it also debuted, we went back to try to find the footage where it first showed up, and I'm 99% sure that the first day they used it was my birthday, but the day that I was born, 2003, I'd have to double check. But whenever we used it for the first time, we put in the oldest clip that we had of it. So it's very fun that we've looked back at that kind of stuff, how the set has changed over the years. So
I wanna see at what point in the last 30 so years, after seeing all this stuff, especially that package, where the motivation around TUTV just because we're finding stuff and seeing stuff that like it was a completely different beast back then, I feel like. Because I've been talking to a bunch of like former TUTV alumnists that are like 30 years in the industry right now, and seeing what they did and like the internships they had, like it was crazy.
I bet it looked really different whenever we still had a journalism program. I think same thing with the Collegian, and now that like digital news is just so much more popular, I think that the kinds of things on campuses, it's harder to keep them running and harder to keep people interested, especially because like there's so much access to news on things like TikTok news, on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. And so I think like other things, like I feel like it's a career that people aren't seeking out as much anymore.
Or at least not at TU.
Definitely not at TU because the programs have.
That's the thing that I've learned. You're not seeking out, unfortunately, you're not seeking out a broadcast career at the University of Tulsa.
Right.
You know, but this is making me
Joe.
wonder, what is the TUTV of the future going to look like? What does the future have in store for, not necessarily us, because we'll be gone.
we won't have any hands
Especially
in it.
you two, y'all will be gone. I have 2 more semesters.
I'm trying to cling on to the last bit of TUTV that I can still have, let alone.
At least we can't become a TikTok content farm because TikTok is going to be banned.
It's going away.
So all the people
don't worry,
that want us to
we'll
be
just do
that,
YouTube
we won't.
shorts. We'll just do YouTube shorts. Don't worry about
I feel like I need our debate posted somewhere.
We need one viral video.
I want to rewatch it and just have it scroll in my timeline.
We should just post a ton of TikToks while we still can before we have to move to just Instagram Reels. Maybe we'll make a Twitter.
I don't.
Or they get bought. I don't think they're gonna get bought, but
they could.
I don't think
it'd be a lot of money.
You never know.
I think Twitter is as fun as anything, especially right now with the whole the never mind. I'm not going to talk about the shooter, but
yeah. Anyways,
what an interesting
we're getting
time
more into
in our nation's history, right? So.
Anyways, maybe that will be a story in the future, and I hope that people, whenever they're doing retro shows in the future, have fun looking back at this and what we have created.
Yeah.
But for now, we have to wrap up. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next semester.
Bye.